Hello, hello. I have the set goal. I would very much like to get the remainder of the Dawn Railroad quests wiped out before 5 p.m. today. Will it take me that long? Hard to say. I got the... What were those? The melee ones wiped out yesterday in just about 2 hours. The tank ones took about 2.5 hours. And the healer one took right around 2 hours as well. Plus or minus some time, because I spent a fair bit of that time just kind of ranting about Evercold shit. So I think I stand a decent chance, so long as the master quest, oh no, because it's 7, yeah, it should work out. So, I don't believe I have a terrible lot to preamble. I don't think I have anything, actually, other than, as mentioned, in the last stream, I will not be live tomorrow, guaranteed, 100%. My day is very packed. And even if I do, by happenstance, have the time at any point tomorrow, I'm still not going to, just in the name of not putting too much stress on one day. But Friday has a chance, and Saturday almost guaranteed. Although I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing after I finish the role quests. I'm kind of going back and forth between one of the expansion jobs. I can't look at my stream checklist right now, but I believe probably not Astro, maybe Dancer, or maybe Archer. So either a very short job quest or a very long job quest in the case of Archer, or I have to go through quite a bit. But I remember the ARR Bard quests being pretty good, and the rest existing, and at best giving some interesting details about the Autumn War. That's nice. But I think that's all I have. So, right into it. I am... Whoa. There it is. I am starting with the range DPS. Because I want to end on Caster. Rahul Jha, to steal a steel hog. Interesting name. Greetings. So you have decided to aid my people in retrieving our treasure, yes? They will be glad to know my long and arduous journey from our homeland in the distant south of Yaktaral was not in vain. As for the treasure we would have you recover, it contains the undying essence of an armadillo Vidral. These steel hogs, as we call them, rely on their tough hides to protect themselves from predators. The legends speak of one that lived to be an extraordinary age, perhaps due to its natural suit of armor, and came to be known as the Lord of the Forest. At the end of its long life, our ancestors enshrined the Vidral's soul within the steel hog vessel. For generations since, the divine blessing it bestows has been a great boon to my people. Those under its protection need not fear wild beasts, for fang and claw cannot harm them. This allows us to hunt in the forest without risking our lives. This treasure, so crucial to our people, was stolen by a tall, slender merchant, or rather a man posing as one. He came bearing exotic wares from foreign lands, and served alcohol freely, toasting often to new friendships. My people became caught up in the celebration, and in the morning the merchant was gone, along with the steel hog vessel. Without it, we cannot bestow its blessing afresh upon our hunters. The effect wanes over time, and one by one we are losing our protection against the savage predators that stalk our lands. As I and my granddaughter Sitoldra still possess the treasure's blessing, we have been tasked with locating the steel hog vessel. and returning it to the village. The trail led us here to Yolal, where we believe the perpetrator boarded a ship and made good his escape. The journey here has already pushed this decrepit body of mine beyond its natural limits, and a lengthy voyage by sea would likely be my end. Although I urged Sitolja not to make the crossing alone, she was determined to give chase. Given that you hail from across the ocean, your knowledge of those lands will prove invaluable to her. Not only that, but our quarry may use the Steelhog vessel to his own ends. Only a skilled warrior can stand against such a foe, and Sitolja is no warrior. Looks like I don't like either of these. You'll have your treasure and do shakes of an armadillo's tail. Feels a little on the nose, don't you think, me? I am truly grateful. My granddaughter's first port of call is a place called Alamigo. You see, as the thief took all of his wares with him, the only clue left behind was an empty bottle of whatever grog he was serving. After asking the sailors here, it seems it was produced in Alamigo, and with no other leads, Sitolja set forth. Once you arrive, she should not be difficult to find. These days, only a handful of Memolja attempted the journey, most of them brutish mercenaries. Sitolja is a far daintier creature, and is sure to have made a favorable impression on the locals. May the Steelhog watch over you. As Sitolja has traveled to Alamigo, perhaps you should begin your search by asking around at Walger's Reach. Alright, I have to clean my glasses. Real, Kuyuki moment, right? Fucking character from Last Quest. Oh, it brings me great solace to know that my granddaughter has such a capable ally. Of course, retrieving the artifact is of the utmost importance, but it is Sitolja's safety that concerns me most. I dread to think what dangers await her across the ocean. I see. Man. That is so fucking cool. Well, we're gonna see how much we can get through. It almost feels like fate, right? I tempt fate by saying I'm gonna do this crazy long stream. And then this shit happens. Yes, I met the Memolja girl that you're after. She was looking for a tall, thin man, some sort of thief, apparently. It sounded a bit like the leader of a gang of bandits that lurks around Virdajala. So I told her as much. Chances are that that's where she's headed. I hope she stays out of trouble. A Memolja, you say? As it happens, she came over while I was cleaning the cannons. She showed me an empty Arak bottle and said she was looking for the bloke it had belonged to. Thing is that brand is found all over Alamigo, so I wasn't able to help narrow down her search. Yes, I saw a Memolja on my patrol, so she carried an enormous axe, not at all like the person you described. Ouch. Here, let me apply some of this ointment. It's a common remedy where I'm from. Oh, and you are here to lend a hand. This poor soul was attacked by highwaymen, and I could use help tending to his wounds. Sorry, I'm not on the healing job class line. Don't worry about me, it's my escort who's in trouble. He's in pursuit of the thieves, and I fear he's bitten off more than he can chew. Please, will you aid him? Oh, sparing no time. We get to meet him right off bat. By the way, he's wearing a mask. You thieving bastards. What? But how? Nothing like a bit of divine intervention to tip the scales in my favor. With this artifact in my hands, I am invincible. Title card. Another one, eh? Not that it matters. Kakulja, it is time you earned your coin. I appreciate the assistance, but he wasn't joking about divine intervention. Some strange force, Some strange force pushed me away. I can't even get near him. The Seal Hog vessel, return it at once, and the stolen goods. Oh, you followed me all the way here from your backwater village. Alas, your journey has been for naught. The vessel is mine. I beg your fucking pardon. Huh? Yeah, nah, fucking, he's from Ishgard. Alright, cool, neat. Will make better use of the artifact than you and your ilk ever could. By the might bestowed upon me, I will become savior to the oppressed and destitute. I bet. Who do you think you are, dog? In light of my grand ambitions, the vessel's power would be wasted on the likes of you. If you cannot hunt without it, might I suggest a change of diet? I hear the acorns are delicious this time of year. Does Mans take himself for Robin Hood? Damn it all, I was so close. But now is not the time for regrets. These two are in need of a healer. I'll see them safely to Ralgar's Reach. Would you mind meeting us there? Once their injuries have been treated, we'd better tell the resistance soldiers what happened. Losing all that stock is a bitter pill to swallow, but we're lucky they didn't take our lives as well. I thought I could handle whatever ruffians the desert might throw at us. Some escort I turned out to be. Well, I'm glad we made it to safety without any more trouble. Those bandits wouldn't dare step foot in this place. Ah, how rude of me. I never asked your name, or how you chanced to cross us for that matter. You came all the way from Tulyolal at my grandfather's behest. I can't tell you how grateful I am. As for the highwaymen, they possess the steel-hogged vessel, a treasure from my village. Not only does it grant protection from harm, it also produces a potent blast when the barrier is dispelled. As long as our enemies have the vessel, attacks at close quarters will be extremely risky. Although, as we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest of shields. Knowing this, we are careful not to rely too heavily on its power. But now that the steel-hogged vessel has been stolen, the self-same power is being turned against innocent people such as yourselves. I only hope you can forgive me for allowing this to happen. There's nothing to forgive. If anything, we should thank you for coming to our aid. And his lackeys have a lot to... This guy and his lackeys have a lot to answer for. Indeed, we'll give the resistance our testimonies, and with any luck, the information will go some way to clapping those bandits in irons. I'll go with you. The soldiers here need to be warned about the vessel. No, leave that to us. We'll relay what you've told us, word for word. After all, you'll need to move quickly to have any chance of getting your artifact back. When you catch those robbers, give them one from me. Well, if they're gonna be Robin Hood... Nope. There's a more cutscene. How about you, Arntel? I hope I can count on you to be there for whatever else comes next. Haha, I knew it. I sense you're eager to get started, but I need time to plan our next move. Bandits aren't known for being found easily. I was surprised to see a fellow Mamulajal among them. I can't imagine why that Kakulja would work for... and of all people. Alright, if he's gonna be Robin Hood, then I have no choice but to, Oh god, it's just as bad. Wait, I think Dancer's actually... No, they're all fucked. I don't play Fizz range, if you can't tell. My comically outdated gear. It's really funny because I was gradually getting around up like buying full sets of the courtly stuff for like all the jobs. But I was a little bit slow about it, and now they've released the augmented courtly. They're all back to like 500,000 a piece, and it's like I'm not spending that much. It's what maybe I'll like grind raids or something. Actually, speaking of, I probably maybe later. I could probably get like a full suit or damn near of the raid gear, but I question to what degree that's even worth it when I can just wait a couple more months. And you know, it's like honestly going into Evercold, the only job that I need to care about being geared is Reaper and a tank. Maybe a healer. And the healer's already there. The tanks are very there. Arntel, I heard something that might help us. One of the soldiers has been contending with some bandits who stole the vessel. I'll go and find him. Give me a moment, won't you? Sorry to keep you waiting. When she told me she'd been sent an assistant, I never would have guessed it'd be the savior of El Amigo himself. You're something of a local celebrity, I take it. If you count local as the entirety of Eorzea, the entirety of Aldenard, and the entirety of Aldenard, large swaths of Ilsabard, and much of Uthard, then yes, local. I'd love to hear more about that, but for now, let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Yes, quite. The bandits you've been chasing are behind a spate of recent incidents in El Amigo. What's more, it appears that... I'm gonna have to actually get up now. If they're gonna say his name this fucking often... Does the wiki have a difference? Wait, maybe here? No. I have to be incredibly careful to not get spoiled. French? Really? It's French inspired? Who would have fucking thought? Oh man, you fucking got me.
Chateau fight.
That didn't help.
Chateau feet.
Chateau Fee it is part of a larger network known as the Passage of the Unbound, which is spreading its mayhem far and wide. Actually, voices. Got anyone French?
Today, the government announced new economic measures.
Today, the government...
Newton's first law of motion, also known as the law of inertia, it states that an object at rest stays at rest.
Yep.
Chateau fight.
Yep, there we go. Works for me. In particular, they've been carrying out raids on trade caravans heading here from Britannia. We've increased patrols along that route, but the bastards strike so quickly that they've usually made good their escape by the time aid arrives. On the rare occasion we've caught them in the act, they've used some kind of device or magic object to deflect our arrows and send us sprawling. That's the Steelhog vessel. It was stolen from my village, you see. I'm sorry for all the trouble it's caused. The one who took it...
Chateau fight.
Said something about using its power to help the oppressed and destitute. What do you think he meant by that? That sounds familiar. The reports say that the thieves were shouting something along those lines during the raids. They claim the merchants are overworking and underpaying their laborers, and therefore deserve to be targeted. I don't see how stealing a bunch of goods helps the workers, and there's not a shred of evidence that anyone is being exploited. If you ask me, they're just in it for the money. In any case, the reasons won't matter a jot once they're behind bars. But for that, we'll have to catch them first. The most recent incident occurred near Porta Praetoria, one of the waypoints on the road to the palace. If you want to know more, you'd best hear it straight from the commander there. Anyway, I'll send word ahead to let her know you're coming. Assuming you are, that is. Yes, of course. Much appreciated. I should check the Wolf's Den pier to see if I can get a better hat. This sounds like a promising lead. The soldiers here were good enough to explain the lie of the land around the lie of the land around here, so I shouldn't have any trouble making the journey by myself. I'll see you there. Listen to imagery. Fucking AI bullshit. I just want text to speech. Free me from the burden of Ishgardian names. Good, you're both here. My colleague at the Reach has told me everything. I can confirm that we've had several sightings of
Shalto fight.
and his gang in recent days. They've even taken to ambushing our patrols. Whereas most brigands would flee from armed soldiers, this lot seems to take pleasure in goading us into attacking. The treasure they carry makes them invulnerable. It can also emit a devastating blast, but that's only effective at short range.
Shalto fight.
Wants to draw your soldiers into close quarters because there they stand no chance. Well, that explains their uncommon boldness. Thank you, as this information will go far in helping us contend with the bandits. Sorry to interrupt. You're sus as fuck. Also an Elysian, male with the same color hair. Who might you be? An imposter. Oh, simple peddlers, my good lady. I myself am of Gridonian stock. And after learning my craft in the markets of Ul'dah, I now deliver all manner of finery to eager patrons throughout Eorzea. But enough about that. I hope you'll forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing you mention a gang of highwaymen. We've heard similar tales from other traders passing through, and it seems some stretches of road are more dangerous than others. In fact, the bandits are most often seen at a specific location not far from here. If you like, we can take you there ourselves. Please, by all means. Wait, Arntal can take care of himself, but I can't allow any more civilians than necessary into an area believed to be teeming with bandits. It seems I have no choice but to ask you to go without me. Sorry, but if those highwaymen did turn up, I wouldn't be much good in a fight. While you head off to investigate, I'll see if there's any more information to be had here. Alright, so this is a trap, right? Then it's settled. I shall leave our newfound friend in your capable hands. What? If you say so. I suppose we should be on our way then. If we do run into those highwaymen, you'll protect us, right? One's headed your way now. You know what to do. What? Unacceptable. Either you do this without my help, or I'll find someone who can. Show some backbone for once. I actually, genuinely, unlike other times where in this fucking role quest conglomerate, I actually don't mind this one. I think this one is vaguely reasonable for, like, Warrior of Light and Coat not raise an eyebrow and go, you look familiar. He was wearing a mask, his hair was barely visible, and if the Warrior of Light started fucking shooting every fucking purple-haired Elysian, they'd stop being the hero of the story pretty fucking fast. Should you encounter the highwaymen, I trust you will exercise some degree of restraint. We can't interrogate the suspects if you've reduced them to a bloody pulp, now can we? Just put them on their arses and leave the rest to us. As luck would have it, my fellows and I have yet to be assailed by any bandits around here. Perhaps if the other caravans invested in some proper escorts, they wouldn't be such easy targets. I'll see if they can tell me anything about
Shalto fight.
and his gang. Be careful out there, won't you? At some point, the joke is going to stop being funny to me, and I'm just going to pronounce it like the AI is anyway. I'm just not there yet. Ah, did you hear that? Balls, balls. It must be my imagination. Let's not dally here too long, eh? We're almost there. It's just on the other side of this gully. Actually, if it's all the same to you, we'll wait here while you go on ahead. This is already more than close enough for my liking. Well, keep watch here. If you see anything suspicious, we'll be sure to scream. You guys are awful spread out. reason why I at least have a vague understanding of how Dancer works. For a long time, I thought I understood how Bard works, and then I got to level 100 and realized, well, I'm clipping every GCD, so I'm doing something wrong. I just can't quite tell what. I don't care there's a new version available. I just need you to say,
Chateau fight.
when I press the funny button. What? You're back? I mean, welcome back. Yes, that's it. Do you know who I am? You beat them? All of them? How very fortunate. Well then, I'd best contact the boss. I'm sure he'll want to know all about this. No doubt he's still talking to your friend and the commander. They'll be glad to hear you've come to no harm. You'll never guess what, boss. He trounced the lot of them. Yes, understood. I'm not sure why, but he said they'll be here in a jiffy. Can just one of them have the wait, you're that guy moment? Just one of them? Is it true? You beat them all single-handedly? Gods be good. I'm glad you're on our side. Anyway, I'll take it from here. My, very impressive. And how jolly convenient for those villains to appear exactly where we thought they would, too. But above all, I'm glad no one was hurt. Well, no one important, that is. I'm relieved to see that everyone's safe. It must have taken a lot of courage to bring our intel here, knowing that danger could be lurking around every corner. Are you sure you're all right? If you're putting on a brave face for our benefit, there's no need, I assure you. No, we're fine. Couldn't be better. Well then, I'd say that's enough excitement for one day. We'd best continue on our way to the Alamigan Quarter. Where's to sell, deals to broker, that sort of thing. I dare say it'll be some time before any ne'er-do-wells have the gall to descend upon this neck of the desert. And as for you, my friends, I'd advise you not to stray too far from the beaten path, if you know it's good for you. Ta-ta. If the literal embodiment of despair could not take me down, I do not see where you're getting off thinking you stand to anything approaching a chance. The worst case scenario is I pull out my funny lemon flavored rock and I summon my 7 best friends. There's nothing left for us to do here, so let's head back to Porta Pretoria. Do you think that when the key and the stone of Azem merge, it'll be like lemon creamsicle flavored instead? It like adds like a cream taste to it. I think that tracks. Well, that was very strange. One moment they're helping us apprehend criminals, and the next they're racing off to peddle their wares elsewhere. Merchants certainly are a busy lot, aren't they? Not that I'm complaining, of course. With those suspects in custody, I'm sure the resistance will be able to wring some valuable information from them. I expect all that wringing will take a while, though. It looks like we've been given an opportunity for a little rest. You certainly earned it. You know what our Robin Hood would have used if he was, you know, like in the modern day? Oh god. I'm just gonna rotate through them until I'm satisfied. I know how to play Machinist even less than Bard, but it has higher burst damage. I actually did run a dungeon or two with Machinist earlier today, and I do begin to wonder if there isn't so much a right way to play Machinist, so much as how quickly can you throw the kitchen sink at them. And then after that, you're just trying to keep everything on cooldown. At a guess, I'd say the resistance has been interrogating the captured highwaymen for a long enough time to get some answers from them. With any luck, we may even learn more about where we can find
Shalto fight.
Shalto fight. Yep. I'm sure the commander is as eager as we are to put a stop to his misdeeds. Let's go and see if he's unearthed any useful information. You know, I didn't check the Seraph markets to see if the Portly shit is any more reasonable. I doubt it, but it's possible. Smaller population and whatnot. Ah, I was just about to send someone for you. Glad you could save me the bother. I have a favor to ask of you both. I'm going to let the criminal walk free, and I want you to follow him. You see, our questioning has revealed that the bandits are indeed working with Shadowlight. If we cut one of them loose, he might lead us straight to their death. But if the mission fails and you're discovered, you may find yourselves confronted with an untold number of outlaws. Of course, I considered sending my own men, but I suspect that by now, the bandits know our faces. After Arntel's little display in the gully, I'm sure he alone can handle whatever trouble may come his way. I'll go with him. If this really does lead us to Shuttle Fight, I need to be there when we find him. Very well, but if it comes to a fight, you stay behind Arntel, understood? I'll have the suspect brought over now, but remember what I said and stay out of sight until he leaves. Don't look at me like that. I said I'm sorry, didn't I? I bet you did several times, and as much as it galls me, there's no evidence to contradict your claim that you were acting in self-defense. Nor is there tangible proof of any other wrongdoing. We've no choice but to let you go. You have somewhere to go, I presume. Well, I suppose I could find work loading canvas in Alagiri. Seems as good a place as any for making a quick kill. I mean, turn it over and you leave. In that case, I'll have you escorted there, but you'd best keep your nose clean, or we'll come down on you like a tons of bricks. Turn over a new leaf, my arse. He'll be back among his thieving mates before long, and you'll be right there behind him. For now, all we need to know is the location of their den. Do not attempt to approach the suspects. I'll send word ahead to Alagiri. Once you have the information we need, report to the troops stationed there. This is the chance we've been waiting for. Let's go. And where am I? Never else teleport. With all the teleporting, I make a very slim size. And honestly, I make enough money off of the various trading I do. He says is every long-term investment he's made is currently fucking floundering because no one wants to buy the funny Dreadworm hats. There he is. So much for finding work in Alagiri. He's only just arrived and he's already leaving town. Now comes the tricky part, keeping your eyes on him and his eyes off us. Stick close, but not too close. I've done this before. Wait, is it actually going to be the It is! Oh, we haven't seen this since fucking Endwalker. Was there one in Dawn Trail? I know how to sneak. The fact that this is popping up tells me it hasn't happened since Endwalker. I know how this works. I haven't turned around yet. What is... This might be my biggest... Actually, I know what my biggest mountain is. Hang on. Nope, wrong, incorrect. Oh, so close. When I heard the fucking key sound, I had hope. There's my fucking Landwaffer. I am hiding! There it is. Yes, I am hidden. He cannot see me. The whale might actually be larger, but better look around for... Yeah. You might be missing something small. You never know. We're about to ring around the rose of this rock. Oh, I love this quest. What a human experience. Which way was it? Left, I think. Are you fucking kidding me? Are we gonna do this shit again? Okay. Looks like I'm not being followed. Yeah, man. Oh, that coast's fucking completely fucking clear. That's a good thing no one's following you. Kinda wanna make a break for it for that tree, but I just know that'll fucking backfire on me. I made the right call. Hang on, what happened to the others who got caught? Not my problem. I suppose time to head back. Head back to where, dude? She'll never know. Oh shit, don't say. Where's she hiding? Oh, the tree. But my spot's better, though. Those are the merchants we met at Porta Pretoria. So they let you go out of the kindness of their hearts, is that it? Not only that, but you came crawling straight back here, leading whoever they sent to track you right to our doorstep. I swear it, no one followed me. The soldiers took me as far as Alagiri and then went back the way they came. I made sure that there were specks in the distance before I even set foot outside of town. I suppose I have no choice but to take you at your word, not that it's worth much. Well, now that the charade is at an end, let us change into something a little less drab. Ha! They don't know about glamour prisons. Fucking noobs.
Shalto fight.
Why did you make us fight that bloke without the blessing? He could have killed the lot of us without breaking a sweat. A mere oversight, that is all. Though it pains me to admit it, even with the invulnerability granted by the artifact, the likes of us are ever at the mercy of the truly powerful. I never expected the Meloja Wretch to hire a warrior of such caliber to retrieve the vessel. It pox on those interfering nincompoops. But the Meloja girl didn't seem a bad sort. Naive, maybe, but it's plain that her heart's in the right place. You truly are pathetic. Not only did you fail miserably, but now you're sympathizing with the enemy. Give me one good reason I shouldn't rid myself of you permanently. No, please, we owe everything to you.
Shalto fight.
Without you, we are nothing. They were all in this from the beginning, with
Shalto fight.
pulling the strings. If this is how he treats his friends, imagine what he'd do to his enemies. Oh no. You couldn't stay away, could you? And you fuckers couldn't read a fucking newspaper. Do you know who I am? What? Imbecile, you led them straight to us. Equalja, eliminate these vermin. Single-handing the... that's what it is! Single-handed axe wielder! He's gonna double up with Beastmaster. Beastmaster's not a limited job, actually. It's gonna be a full job. It's the new tank. Let me handle this, Arntel. I beg your fucking pardon? They're from Tural, or you're from Tural, working here as a mercenary, yes? The ones who hired you stole the Steelhog vessel from my village. We need its blessing to stand a chance against the beasts of the forest. I can't return home without the vessel. Either you return home empty-handed, or you won't be returning at all. I'd rather not harm a fellow Turali, so get out of here before I change my mind. I've bought enough time by listening to your blathering. Don't let me catch you sniffing around our trails.
Shalto fight.
And his underlings are out of sight. I thought I could make that Kakulja see sense, but he was clearly in no mood to listen. I'd say our best option is to report to the resistance members in Alagiri and share what we've learned. You fool! You broke it! Oh no. It's all on me now. I have to fucking read out Shoto fight. I went ahead and gave my account, though I expect he'd like to hear yours as well. Regardless of how things turned out, we appreciate your cooperation in the investigation. The information you provided has certainly given us a lot to consider. From what I hear, you almost came to blows with a Nimulja sellsword, or sell axe, I suppose. I'm glad that it didn't come to violence, especially given the power these bandits had at their disposal. Even so, we thank you for braving such a dangerous mission. No thanks are needed. We're just as much a part of this investigation as the resistance. And I'm sure we can agree we'll need to work together to take down Chateaufoot and his gang. Their performance at Porta Pretoria shows just how cunning they are. It seems so, yes. I'm told their little act was most convincing. I'll be sure to warn my comrades against any similar shenanigans. As for the two of you, be careful out there. all things considered, I'd say that went fairly well. Chateaufoot used the same trick as the time he came to my village, namely posing as a simple trader when he is in fact then how didn't you see through it then actually? Come to wait a minute, I am mad about that. How didn't you notice? He played the same fucking trick to the same fucking person. What are you doing? Anyway. Still, not even the most skilled actor could fake the fear in his men's eyes. It appears that Chateaufoot has complete control over them, and they are powerless to resist. The only one who doesn't seem afraid of him is Kakulja. He even let us go when he had no obligation to do so. I think that if we had the chance to talk, we might find some common ground. Sounds like wishful thinking to me. Perhaps you're right, but I'm not ready to give up just yet. While I'm certainly not the best fighter, I've been told I'm a good judge of character. For most of my life, I've lived in a remote village, deep in the forest. I had hardly any contact with the outside world, so the thought of talking to strangers was quite daunting at first. But over the course of my journey, I've traveled through all kinds of places. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Wherever you go, people are people. In the end, our cultures and the places where we grew up don't make that big a difference. None of us are perfect, and each of us have our faults. And even if it's harder to find in some than in others, I believe there is good in all of us. That's why I hope we have another chance to speak with the thieves and Kakulja. I'm certainly not strong enough to beat any sense into them, so I'll try talking some sense into them instead. Having said, well, all of that, I can't feel even a shred of goodness in that Chateaufoot. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, or perhaps violence is the only language he understands. Things might get a little rough before he's willing to listen. Anyway, we can save him for last. I'll try thinking of a way to reach out to the other members of the gang. Give me a little time, would you? How did you read a fucking newspaper about, like, you know, just in general, like, over the course of like, honestly speaking, I think that not a single one of these people have gone, wait a minute, you're a cannibal. It's almost a little silly when you consider how many other side characters in the same storyline are like, oh, you're him, this famous person. Like, how do none of the passage of the Unbound people recognize the word? I'm having a snack, sorry. Like, not recognizing us by appearance makes total sense. I get that. The parts of the world that have, like, pictures, probably not very many. Outside of, like, Solution 9, Garlemald, probably, like, that, actually, like, that, and that's it. Have like any variety of like sharing a stored image that isn't like a painting. So I get that. Characters don't recognize, oh, you're RM Tell. I know you by your visage. But the name, right? The name should have gotten around to like at least within Eorzea. And we see this in the quest line. Where like guards, maybe the secret point of these role quests is to demonstrate that the Warrior of Light is really only known to members of like upper society and soldiers, and everyone else is just blissfully unaware of the bullshit that you've gotten up to over the course of the MSQ. Like to fucking Jimmy Joe James of fucking Old Peddler ship, from their perspective, oh shit, the war with fucking Garlemald's over. That's great for business. Oh shit, the sky turned red and people were fucking spitting out black smoke turning into monsters. That wasn't very fun. It stopped though. That's pretty cool. Happy about that. Which I suppose would make a degree of sense. Like, you know? Anyway. Alright, I have something resembling a plan. First, we'll need to track down the members of Chateaufoot's gang. Then we'll try convincing them to leave. Considering how terrified most of them were, I'm sure they're eager to free themselves of Chateaufoot and his outbursts. With fewer followers, you'll pose less of a threat to the people of Alamigo, and we'll stand a better chance at taking back the Steelhog vessel. Of course, we now know Kakulja and some of the other members by sight, so it shouldn't take too long to track them down. In that case, let's start looking. Haha, rest assured, I'm already a step ahead of you. Besides, if your role is to fend off bandits and the like, mine should be to gather information and whatnot. Does that sound fair to you? As it happens, our resistance friend stationed here had some interesting news to share. Apparently, the two men posing as merchants that we met before were spotted nearby engaging in trade and conversing with caravan owners, all to nefarious ends, no doubt. They were last seen in a place called Alagana, so we should head over there right away. One has a beard and the other has blue eyes. Assuming they haven't changed their disguises, they should be fairly easy to find. Damn, already an hour in. There's some fun ones up. Dude, I fucking, yesterday, right, I went over to Oceania for the first time ever. And boy, oh boy, was I vindicated in my decision to not fucking do that. I ran one fucking dungeon and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm Black Mage, right? Well, Black Mage is probably the most forgiving job for high ping. Oh my god. I didn't realize just how much I had grown reliant on abusing the snapshotting in this game until I had 3 fucking Vuln stacks in Clidium. Cause I was like, oh yeah. I can cut this real fucking razor thin. And then I'm fucking gone. I forgot how big the fucking Storm Spark maps were. Goddamn. Also, you know, the wolf swiper crawling out of my modem wasn't for it. Or the huntsman's over there, actually, come to think. No, I was fucking up my joke last night. It's the fucking huntsmans they have over in Australia that are the fucking massive fucking dog-sized spiders that are fucking terrifying, but in reality, like, they're whatever. They fucking leave you alone. As most spiders do, mind you. Spiders are actually incredibly intelligent. The main way that I got over my arachnophobia was just realizing that, like, 99% of spiders are smart enough to know that you're not fucking food, and if I fuck with you, I'm a fucking dead man. So they fucking leave you alone as long as you leave them alone, because they don't want to fucking die. Eek. Aha, good work, Arntel. Good day. What can we do for you? You can start by dropping the affable merchant act. It's nothing but a front for your real line of work. Ah, save me, Shadowfoot. Is that really what you want? You seemed so scared of him before. Look, we're not here to hurt you. We just want to retrieve the vessel. If you explain what's going on, we might even be able to help you. Why don't you start by telling us your names? Our names? Come to think of it, not once did Chateaufoot ask us that. It was always you there, or some undeserved insult instead. I'm Avenel, and that there is Pepin, both born and bred in Ul'dah. We were struggling to make ends meet until Chateaufoot claiming to be a merchant took us under his wing. Right, he said he was just like us, exploited and sick of bending over backwards for the rich and powerful. Then he showed us the artifact and told us it had the power to change the world for the better. With its blessing, we could shrug off the charge of an Aurochs, like it was a soft breeze, making us practically invincible. You can imagine how impressed we were, and we did exactly as he instructed. At first, he told us to pretend to be merchants so we could scout out valuable caravans. Next thing we knew, we were joining him on raids. We never wanted to hurt anyone, but we owed Chateaufoot for giving us the power to strive for a better life. And when we saw what happened to anyone who spoke up against him, still makes my blood run cold to think of it. Chateaufoot mentioned before that he's also from Ul'dah. Assuming he was telling the truth, that is. It seems to me his gang is mostly formed of people from a similar background. But what about Kakulja? He's a mercenary, correct? Yes, hired by Chateaufoot. He's so skilled that I doubt he even needs the blessing. Normally he keeps to himself, but he once told us about his homeland, an ocean away. Perhaps it's not unlike my own. Avenel, Pepin, even if you still view us as enemies, we appreciate you telling us the truth. No, we're the ones who should thank you. You've shown us more kindness than Chateaufoot ever has. There is one thing, though. Although you know about the crimes we've been party to, could you give us some time to straighten things out? Once this is all over, we'll turn ourselves in, I promise. Of course, we're not the only ones looking to cut ties with Chateaufoot. We'll try to persuade the others to leave the gang. Not only that, with us acting as your men on the inside, we can help you take back your treasure. What do you say? This plan might just work. Count us in. We'll tell the resistance soldiers to hold off for now, and give you a chance to put things right. You won't regret it. We'll return to the den and talk to the others. Until next we meet, be careful. To be honest, that went a lot better than I expected, and although it was fairly obvious from the onset, they confirmed my suspicions about Kakulja traveling here to find work as a mercenary. Do you remember his reaction when we first encountered him? I have a feeling he and I are both from a similar part of Tark Rawl, and I'm surprised to see someone like me here in Eorzea. Whatever the reason, he's let us go twice now. He may be aiding and abetting a nefarious criminal, but I refuse to believe he's a bad person. I think it's worth talking to him, and for that, we'll need to create an opportunity. The way he spoke about his homeland to Avenel and Pepin means he probably misses it, which gives me an idea. Where I come from, we have a tradition of using incense burners, and if Kakulja's village is anything like mine, that fragrance will remind him of home. Then, just when he's feeling all homesick and vulnerable, we make our move. The incense itself is made from copal, a type of tree resin. Do you think you could collect some of that while I gather the other ingredients? I actually came up with this idea back in Alagiri and asked our resistance associate here where we might find copal. The good news is that there should be some in a place called the Last Forest. The bad news is that the smell attracts all sorts of horrible creatures. Try not to get eaten. I'll try to find someone that sells the other ingredients we need. As for the copal, well, I suppose we could just buy some, but there's nothing quite like resin straight from the tree. When it comes to the burner itself, luckily I brought my own, so I'll just give Kakulja mine. After I return with the Steelhog vessel to truly Yolal, I can treat myself to a brand new one. Okay. Okay, I thought I was DCing. I want to say, like, man, it's been a hot minute since the fucking DDoSes would hit me. They finally got bored, you know? Oh my god, when fucking Kefka Ultimate comes out, We're not gonna be able to fucking play this game for like a month, dude. The fucking DDoSes are gonna be hitting us non-stop for that. And me. Oh no, big bug. You know, the America joke just doesn't hit as well anymore. Is that copal I smell? This is what it smells like when trees cry. I should read those. Fuck it, that's the part of the Grand Endeavor. I'm gonna read all of those that I find. I'm not redoing the MSQ for the Grand Endeavor. Like, absolutely not. This is like stream like 160-ish, I want to say. I haven't been counting. Because I'm putting all the roll across up as a batch. So like, and like only about 30 of those max are non-MSQ. Yeah, the Grand Endeavor itself is already going to be like 80 streams. I mean, like, most yellow quests are pretty short. Oh my, that is quite the find. Once I mix this with the other ingredients, we'll have a batch of traditional incense ready for burning. Unfortunately, the preparation takes a little while, so in the meantime, perhaps you could begin the search for Kakulja. According to the locals, a Mimulja has been seen near the river which runs through Rustock. With all the dust swirling around this place, I can imagine he'd want to wash it all off somewhere. I find myself bathing more than usual here, so I can relate. Don't worry, I'll catch up with you once I finish mixing the incense. I just have to follow the river and look for that big axe. Best of luck finding Kakulja. Oh, Mizu! I love this mount. This is the mount that finally got me to level all my crafters and gatherers. Kind of like how... Oh shit, which mount was it? Yeah. Kind of like how the fucking Wings mount is going to get me to fucking grind out every single fucking Dawn Trail one. Mind you that, like, I will likely never... The only thing that's going to make me grind out all of the Endwalker EXs to, like, get the Bahamut mount is, when it is soloable. Because I'm just... None of the links interest me terribly much. None of the boss themes from Endwalker really get me. Endsinger a little bit, but like, you know, so like I'm not doing it because I think they look cool. I'm not doing it because like I like the music. The Endwalker title screen song is okay, but I'm not doing it getting Bahamut for that, nor for how the Bahamut mount looks. Meanwhile, Dawn Trail, I love the Valley-Gabanda theme. These Ralja meme is pretty good. I could take or leave the Interferos theme. It's whatever. And then, of course, like, the ultimate mount is fucking peak. That might be the coolest mount in the fucking game right now. I'm like, aw. But I'm almost certainly gonna wait to grind that out until 8.0 comes out. I'll probably do it in the first, like, after I'm done doing all the big things that come out in 8.0, all the MSQ, which I'll be streaming starting on day 1, yada yada. Same thing I did for Dawn Trail, actually. Then I guess like after that I'll have like a month before the first raid series comes out. So I got time. Plenty of time to grind out at least 1 or 2 of those. Hello, Kakulja. What are you doing here? Oh, there you are. Here, I have a present for you. It's an incense burner. The metal case is an old one I happen to have with me, but I made the incense from fresh ingredients, including copal that are collect. Why not try lighting it up? I'm sure the aroma will bring back pleasant memories of home. There's no need. I'd recognize that smell anywhere. But as much as I long to return home, I'd rather not be reminded of what I left behind, what I might never see again. As things stand, I've no choice but to continue working as Chateaufoot's mercenary, no matter what crimes he commits. But why? The fare for a ship back to Tyrol is enough to buy a mansion here in Eorzea. At least that's what Chateaufoot told me. He said that if I serve him loyally, he'd cover the cost of my journey home. Motherfucker, it's like 5,000 gil. I can spot you that right now. Done. I'm carrying 500 times that. You're being manipulated. Hold on a moment. You're being lied to. You're being duped. Surely that can't be right. People rich and poor travel from Eorzea to Tulliola all the time. Well, since I'm unfamiliar with the local customs for negotiations and such, Chateaufoot offered to speak with the ship's owner in my stead. Compared to the journey from Tyrol to Eorzea, traveling in the opposite direction is far more perilous due to the weather conditions and so forth. Were it not for Chateaufoot's skill at the bargaining table, the price would have been even higher, so he said. You've had the wool pulled over your eyes, friend. I've been played for a fool, haven't I? Pat pat. That unscrupulous thieving snake in the grass. He won't get away with this. I have an idea. You should come with me to Limsa, where I can introduce you to the captain of the merchant ship that brought me here. He's sure to give you passage home for a fair price. To tell the truth, I was rather hoping you'd join us in our cause, but you've already been through enough. Getting you home safe and sound comes first. I don't know what to say. Thank you for your kind offer, but I have unfinished business here. Yeah, now you've planted the seed of vengeance in him, man. He's gonna fucking kill that motherfucker. Though I may have been deceived. There's no excuse for the harm and suffering I have caused. I alone must settle the score with Chateaufoot, once and for all. I don't think this is gonna go well for Mans. Whenever you're ready, the offer still stands. It's a pity we couldn't join forces, but he's got to do things his own way, I suppose. In any case, let's head back to Alagiri. With all those soldiers around, at least we won't have to worry about bandits, which is more than I can say for this place. I'm actively resisting the urge to fucking talk about Final Fantasy drama right now. It's for my own good. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna hold to that, actually. Suffice to say, there are voices in the community who I have misliked for the entire time I've known they exist. And I'm reasonably confident that I've invalidated on that pretty fucking hard. And I will leave it at that. Okay. We appear to be back. Man, this is fucking very obnoxious if what I think is happening is what is causing that. Hopefully if what I think is causing that, they will stop doing that. But if memory serves, that explanation doesn't really fit with the last time this happened, so... hard to be as confident. Anyway, I don't really know where it cut off before it just decided to fucking kill itself. So I think I'm just gonna reread starting from here. You can't read intentionally. As I'm unaccustomed to, well, everything around here, I can't tell if the letter should be taken at face value or if there's something, or there's some hidden meaning. Perhaps you could take a look. Our intel is to come to the Alambeacon Quarter and meet with a man in spectacles. We must arrive incognito. The instructions are clear enough, but even so, this is as suspicious as month-old milk. On the other hand, it could be from Avenel and Pippin. While this smells like a trap, we don't have any better leads. I think we should do as the letter instructs, but proceed with the utmost caution. I'll meet you there. I'm gonna get one of those, like, novelty LED live signs just hanging outside my door. I mean, like, okay, let us assume for a moment that I actually get to finish at least this. I think I will actually have to go in and put, like, timestamps to fucking go around. That was good. That was good. Like 5 minutes of this dead. Flashing the not like this, teal and purple banner. Now that you're here, it's time to get you into disguise. As for me, even the most elaborate costume in the world will do little to keep me hidden in a place like this. I'll stick to the shadows and watch from a safe distance. I took the liberty of picking your outfit for the occasion. Let's hope it fits, eh? The sash and straps are a bit tricky to get right, so if they come undone and your disguise falls apart, just come back to me and I'll help you get dressed again. Guys. Come on, guys. Okay. I guess that fits. Ooh, it's a box. Alright, time to get lost in the Alambeacon Quarter. I think it is a little bit disappointing that, like, we don't get an actual Alamigo city location, you know? I think that would have been really cool. Instead we get Relger's Reach, which is also a nifty location. But, you know. You must be our intel, correct? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Our mutual friend Avenel sends his regards. Like him, I and several others have resolved to make a clean break and free ourselves of Chateaufoot for good. You and the Memoja girl have done us a great service by giving us a chance to put things right before reporting us to the resistance. Now, to the matter at hand. No doubt you're wondering why we must resort to such convoluted means to meet with you. Simply put, it is to avoid arousing these suspicions of Chateaufoot and those still loyal to him. As for why we brought you here, there's someone we wish for you to meet. For now, I ask that you remain in guise. They're leading me to a back alley so they can fucking shank my ass. Your cooperation is appreciated. One moment, please. Then boom, there's 10 guys. Oh. I'm glad we have this chance to meet. Would that it were under better circumstances. My attempt to put a stop to Chateaufoot's wrongdoing ended in failure. I tried to seize the artifact, but he was ready for me. Even so, it wasn't all for nothing. I found a chink in his armor. You have to approach him like it's like the fucking shields from Doom. If you move slow, you can push through it. Thank you all for. He's got fucking magic attack. Thank you all for joining me, in spite of the ever-watchful eye of the Resistance. The time has come to initiate the next phase of my master plan. Until recently, we have concentrated our efforts on liberating wares from hapless merchants, but this was all in service of something far greater. Our disruption of the flow of goods into El Amigo has plunged the markets, as a consequence, the city itself, into chaos, exactly as I had foreseen. No longer will we be forced to crawl through the mud and lick the boots of the rich and privileged. We shall cast down the oppressors. They will suffer as we have. The meager shall inherit the land, down with the old order. I have invested our funds into restoring and enhancing discarded magic weaponry. Now nothing can stop us from taking over El Amigo. That's enough, Shadowfoot. Your treachery ends here. All this time I believed your lies, but no more. Give me the artifact now. It belongs to Sitolja and her people. What? But Kakulja is Shadowfoot's right-hand man. Silence. Look at this wretched soul. That Memolja girl has turned him against me, and his one and only benefactor. Be warned, should any of you side with this traitor, no longer shall you bask in the artifact's blessing. Now seize him or face the consequences. Yes, that's more like it. Any further interference could place my entire plan in jeopardy. I must act without delay. With the artifact's blessing and its shockwaves at their disposal, I was given a beating and thrown into the dirt. Later on, my friends here and a few other sympathizers snuck out and treated my injuries. More importantly, my attempted mutiny will no doubt have Shadowfoot panicking as he struggles to maintain his hold over the rest of the gang. An attack is imminent, with the palace his most likely target. I ask that you relay this to Sitolja at the very least. She has a right to know the whereabouts of the artifact. Perhaps we contact Luis, you know, the head of El Amigo? Whose house is about to get fucking attacked? Maybe? No, Endwalker was the head of state. You know, one. We get to meet with them. So, what happened? Then, we were right to trust the sender of the letter after all. We knew Kakulja had a score to settle with Shadowfoot, but I had no idea he tried to take back the vessel as well. Though we may not be working side by side, I'm glad to count him amongst our allies. Speaking of which, we must inform the Resistance about Shadowfoot's plan right away. We stand a far better chance of stopping him with their support, but given the power at his disposal, even that may not be enough. We'll try to think of something in the meantime. You should make whatever preparations you can. as even the smallest advantage may prove crucial. Oh, and I see you've changed back into your usual garments. Not that the outfit I chose didn't suit you, but I think this is more your style. Evanel and Pepin are on their way here. It's Shadowfoot. He's set his plan into motion. We would have come sooner, but after Kakojos openly opposed him, he became even more secretive than before. He refused to share his schemes with even his most loyal. Now he's used a caravan to smuggle a load of magitech into the city. He's about to launch an assault on the royal palace. We managed to sneak away, but Shadowfoot and the others will make their move any moment now. Understood. We'll head there straight away. We've no choice but to face them head-on. While I wish there was more I could do to help, I'd best leave the fighting to you. No, but what am I saying? There must be a way I can help. The treasure is from my village. I should be the one to solve this. I mean, I could lend you a gun. Stand back and let me take care of this is really the only responsible response. I thought I'd find you here. Bang bang. Sitoja, you've already done so much for me and the others. Shadowfoot tricked into becoming his accomplices. It would appear it's in your nature to help wherever you can. Nevertheless, your place is not on the battlefield. You must leave that to Arantel and to myself. But what about your injuries? They were not so severe to begin with, and those in the gang sympathetic to me provided various balms to treat the worst of them. I'm glad to know there are a few good eggs among them, but now that we've just decided who's going, we need a plan. But from the way Shadowfoot uses the vessel, it's clear that there's one thing he hasn't realized yet. As we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest of shields. If there's a limit to the blessing's power, we'll find it. Whatever you do, you'd better do it quickly. Shadowfoot and the others will soon reach the palace. We'll share everything we know with the resistance and ask them to come as quickly as possible. Be careful out there. As I said, my wounds are healed. Even if they weren't, I'd still be here. They must have taken the long way around. Since the caravan won't be able to traverse the stairs, we, on the other hand, have no such concerns. Let's take a shortcut and intercept them. Then again, they may try to use the vessel's power to stop our advance. We best keep our eyes peeled for danger. You're the best choice to lead the charge, so we'll await your signal. I think I heard someone knock on my door. I'm just gonna pull open my phone so if they text me instead, I can see. Ready? Well then, it's now or never. Sorry, this charging to battle stuff is all new to me. I won't pretend I'm not scared, but I'll try to stay out of the way. Besides, I can't afford to back down now, knowing what's at stake. Let's show Shadowfoot who he's dealing with. Thanks. Honestly, hearing back does ease my anxiety a little bit, because that wasn't so bad. Ideally, I never hit the mic, but like, you know. Infiltrating the city has never been almost too easy. Now go, comrades. The smoldering ruins of the old order will be the foundation of our utopia. Bang bang. That's as far as you go. Why are you following us into fight? I thought I'd seen the last of you. you not see this artifact can lift up the meek from under the boots of their oppressors? Not just one isolated tribe, but everyone who's ever known fear. You call me a villain, but it's you who would keep such a liberating power to yourself. You are no better than those we struggle against, and only when your ilk have been eradicated will the world know freedom. The hour has come for us to rise up and take what is rightfully ours. My whole village might rely on the treasure's blessing, but we would never use it to steal from others. You lie, cheat, and sow nothing but misery. You don't want to cast down the oppressors, you want to be the oppressors. Silence. Enough of your sanctimonious prattle. Perhaps I'm every bit as wicked as you claim, but what up? I'm sorry. Does your self-righteousness make you better than me? For you and all those who judge me unworthy, my hatred will never die. Cursed as stream. I mean, it's just like a really high potency shield. Yeah, I'm doing damage. That said, okay, that's locked in. That said, I'm saving my burst for the short drops. I may have tweaked into what I wanted to What the hells? The barrier is fading. Is this what you mean? Right?
I'm calling after this. I got one done. Hey, maintaining signal with progress, right? Yeah, I'm calling after this. Final day depending. I was told that we were not doing what I thought we might have been doing, but completely fucking dying, though, is a completely different beast. While I have any of it great, we got the vessel back, and it's still in one piece. One piece. Please, I beg of you, give me the artifact. All the trials I overcame to join the Unbound. Everything I did was for a chance at happiness. Without the blessing, I'm nothing. My enemies will live on, unpunished. Enough. I've tried reasoning with you, but it seems there's only one language you understand. Arentel, shoot him. Rocket blasting off again. Oh shit, I don't think he's surviving that. Are you alright? Never better. We surrender. I'd say that Shadowfoot's plans for world domination are well and truly over. Not only that, but the Steelhog vessel is back where it belongs, or at least it will be soon. Of course, I have you two to thank for everything. I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. It's finally over. Although the resistance arrived more than a bit late, they've now taken Shadowfoot and his cronies into custody. They're lucky we were on hand to confront the gang, or things could have ended very differently. I have to say, my first trip overseas was a bit more eventful than I'd have liked, but I'm glad I had the chance to meet so many interesting people, well, apart from all the criminals, that is. As much as I'd like to spend more time seeing the sights and whatnot, I suppose I'd best get the vessel back to Faral. What about you, Kakoja? There's only one thing I can do, turn myself in. Just like Pepin and Avenel. Even if I was dancing to Shadowfoot's tune, the fact remains that I committed those crimes of my own free will, and I must pay the penalty. Perhaps if I am one day granted freedom, I'd like to pay my way home with fairly earned coin. The first thing I do upon returning is visit our village and offer my apologies for using the artifact to carry out evil deeds. After that, No, it's too soon to speak of such things. Wherever your journey leads, you're always welcome in my village. Be sure to come visit one day. How about you, Arntel? If you happen to pass through Tuyolal, my grandfather would love to show his appreciation for all you've done. Maybe I'll see you there. Less than 2 hours, in spite of everything. A short one. If time were my only constraint, I could totally wipe out the rest of today. But I'm not risking it. Maybe I go the end. Maybe if it was just that first blip, I'd keep chancing it. But like it full blown going out again, like I'm fully confident there's a decent chunk of that just is not going to be in the VOD. It's not fucking worth it, man. It's just fucked. I'm unironically probably going to redo this in New Game Plus at some point in the future. Just so that I have like an actual fucking record of this instead of a broken up fucking mess. You are returned, Arntel. Pray tell, what has become of my granddaughter? Why, I'm right here. We did it, grandfather. We took back the Steelhog vessel. Steelhog run. My dear, what a relief it is to see you safe and well. Of course, I'm glad you were able to retrieve the treasure, but even that cannot compare to the joy of seeing your smile once more. And to you, Arntel, I must express the sincerest gratitude. No doubt we have you to thank for Cecil Jaw's safe return, not to mention that of the vessel as well. Absolutely, I would have been lost without your guidance and bravery in the face of danger. Thank you, truly. Anyway, we should be getting back to the village. No doubt the others will be clamoring to use the Steelhog vessel to go hunting. I'll be coming back to Tuyolal at some point, so hopefully we'll run into each other again soon. Until next time. I wonder if completing any of these has like any sort of impact on the MSQ for Dawn Trail. Like maybe they show up in the coronation ceremony or some shit. You like bump into them during random cutscenes. Is that an excuse to replay the Dawn Trail MSQ on stream? No. Not even slightly. What are you fucking talking about? Leave me alone. Anyway, I am, much to my chagrin, just gonna call it here. There's a very solid chance I end up restreaming this at some point. But at least for now, actually, you know what? I'll do that on stream, because if this gets cut off, who gives a shit? We'll talk, actually. I'm pretty sure I can get my mentor status back, so that's pretty fun. Pretty happy about that. Does it actually mean anything? No, but hey.
I think I just need to stop going into this going, oh, I'm gonna fucking stream for 13 hours. Why is it my internet connection is only stable on the days I fucking work? Fucking hell. I would like my funny, my Burger King crown back. Thank you. Yup, thanks. Wahoo! I've returned. Wow. Oh shit, I actually got both. Oh, hang on. No, it's a shift. Marvelous. I am so... I do have a level 100 crafter and gathering. Fucking hell. Anyway, that'll be it. I want to thank anyone stopping by who did for this fucking train wreck. Jesus fucking Christ. I will be live again Friday at the soonest, Saturday at the latest, assuming my life isn't about to go to hell, but hey, probably not. But yeah, until I stream again, have a good one all.